All right. Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We are exceedingly late. Shame on us. Sorry about that. It's her fault. I'm not even going to deny it.
No.
I cannot tell a lie. She did it.
No, we did it this time.
That is true. Yeah, we got to yakking and talking and enjoying our coffee and looked up and realized, uh-oh. We late.
So our anniversary is coming up, and today is
actually today is our first anniversary. we got to tell the story. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have, because I'm Guatemalan, we have 2 anniversaries. This is so fun. So when you get married in Guatemala, you have the civil ceremony, and then a week later, you have the religious ceremony in the church. And so when we were getting married 25 years ago, 25 years ago, we decided that we would get married as a civil ceremony here in the States.
Because it was going to be way too complicated if we actually got officially married in Guatemala.
Yes.
You'd have to get
Paperwork.
the Guatemalan marriage certificate, bring it up here and translate it, and then swap it over and jump through some other governmental hoops. And
Not
so
only
we
that,
said, ain't nobody got time for that.
And that's true. And then Brad's family, they couldn't all come to Guatemala for a religious ceremony. So we decided to have 2 weddings. Woo! There you go.
So we have 2. So today marks the beginning with our first wedding. We got married in, the Mount Vernon United Methodist Church in Gardendale, Alabama.
Their chapel
area,
yes.
25 years ago.
Yes.
Today. So cool.
That's right.
Woo, we made it. Mile marker. Very cool.
Yes.
So very cool. Yeah, so chime in. Thanks to some people catching up again. I'm so sorry we're late.
We are quite late, but
let us know if you're watching, whether you're watching now or by replay. Where you're watching. I saw somebody from Uganda was watching. I think it flashed up there.
Very good.
So welcome. So in honor,
yes.
I guess, of us approaching Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And in honor of our anniversaries coming up. And I know last week we kind of talked about divorce a little bit, and there's a little bit more we could say. We'll say it later, because I didn't want this to feel like a divorce.
We need
like it was just dragging on and on. And when will this be over? I don't know, but we're gonna start because what we did mention and talk about in there is we did mention about dating. That if I think a lot of divorce could be, or even not even just divorce, a lot of marital issues could be preempted through a better selectioning process. Let me just say it like that. A better choosing process, a better dating process, especially for the United States. Now, again, I know we got people from all over the world. And in fact, I don't know if y'all are there, if I saw right and it flashed up and you're from Uganda, what are some of the dating customs of Uganda? What are some of the dating customs if you're watching from another part of the world? What are some of the dating customs that would be there? Be be neat to hear.
So see, my dating customs were very different from the States.
Guatemala.
And so when Brad started kind of coming around and wanting to hang out and
hello doll.
I knew enough about both cultures that I knew it was different.
Yeah.
And so I did what only I thought I could do because my family was far away. Yeah. And typically my family would have a lot to do with whether or not we dated. And so when he started liking me, I sat him down and I said, so if you were a Guatemalan by now, you would have either written me a love poem or a letter or a note expressing your intentions. So what are your intentions? And he's like,
let's go to McDonald's. That's what I think my original intention was. Let's go get a hamburger and talk.
And hang out.
But, better dating and also keeping up. So you have to read this stuff. So, so throw out all kinds of questions. So this week in our kind of parenting discipleship week, we will talk about dating and about the courtship process, the romance process. Now, I'll be with you guys today and tomorrow, and then Thursday and Friday I'm out at the Copper Train. So I'll need my lovely assistant here to continue the conversation. So please, if you want to send us any dating questions, any courtship questions, any how do you pick a mate questions that you would like to hear us cover in this week, that would be awesome. But to start us off, and this is kind of to set while we're here and I'm able to be here, something that we have learned over the years, not just in our own marriage, but things that we have learned as we've helped people marrying, as we have married, I don't know how many people we've done weddings for as pastors.
Lots
I mean,
and lots.
They've done lots. I probably think I've done more weddings than funerals, which is awesome.
That's a good thing.
That's a very good thing. And we've done a lot of premarital counseling. We've done a lot of postmarital counseling as pastors. So we've kind of been in and around the dating and marriage and getting married game, if you will, theme for a number of years. And so something that we have learned and observed is the why. Why are you getting married? Why are you, and it's kind of like the idea of, and I'm sure we've probably all heard this, because once you can answer why to anything, once you can answer the why question, then how and what will just make more sense.
Yes. Now, I'm just going to interrupt you real quick. This is officially Parenting Week on our channel.
It is.
And why we're not actually talking in parenting, well, we actually are. Because this really starts in our mind from the time our kids are really little. And if we have these things, these whys in place, then as we start to talk to them and train them up from the time they are 3 years old, that is when you start talking about dating, not when they're 15.
Well, because I mean, I don't know about here, and I don't remember it being this prevalent when I was younger, but where we live now in the southern United States, you know, even all of our kids, even, you know, our pick on Courage, our youngest, you know, our 9-year-old.
Courage is listening, so be careful with what you're saying.
Well, I mean, it's always, now it's who's your boyfriend, who's your girlfriend, who do you like, who likes you. And some of it, again, and some of it is just into innocent play and banter and all the stuff. However, it is telling of our culture.
Yeah, especially when adults do it.
Well, because it's not the kids doing it; it's actually the adults doing it, right? And the reason why I say that is when I did grow up and I was a teenager. The reason why I answer it because if we're not careful, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a person of the opposite sex, if you will, can become like a needed accessory. They can become like a watch, a wallet, a purse, a handbag, a belt.
You mean you don't have one of those?
You don't have one of those?
What's wrong with you?
Or an iPhone? You don't have?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? You're not, and so we can turn other people, if we're not careful, in innocence, into just a needed life accessory. And again, and I see this now a lot with our young men and women still. You know, I'm thinking of a young person that I've observed over the 9 years we've been back in Alabama, and just you see that for them, having a significant other is again, they're an accessory, and you can tell because they're just constantly upgrading. Although sometimes it's not an upgrade.
It's not an upgrade.
Sometimes you're like you look and you go, wow, the last one was prettier. I mean, you know, but you look and there's this constant upgrading and this if I don't have a person, I am not complete. So I want to address, I guess, that first. And one thing first is listen, you are a complete, whole person from the start.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
If we go into dating or finding a mate or whatever, how you want to call this, with I need someone to complete me. And again, I think, what was it, Jerry? I never saw the movie. I only see this one famous clip, you know, where it's like Tom Cruise and the actress and they open the door and he starts this, whatever, you know, you complete me, or whatever kind of stupid is put out. And so, and she goes, you had me at hello. And I'm not trying to mess up your favorite scene if that was that thing. But listen, if you really think I need Selena because Selena completes me,
ooh, we're in trouble already.
That's trouble.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Because if I'm coming into this believing I'm half a person, or I'm less of a person, and I'm looking for another person to complete me, then I am going to become what I call an emotional parasite. You know, and I'm just going to be sucking the emotional life and energy out of a person because, well, you complete me. and you can't go anywhere, and you can't. What do you think? And I don't. And, and,
right, exactly.
And so listen, we have to realize, no.
Yeah.
Right. I am a whole person.
Yeah.
From the start, that Paul said, I believe, to the Ephesians church, or one of his little short letters, he said, we are complete in him. So again, I'm going to be addressing this topic from a biblical standpoint, from a biblical worldview, not from a secular worldview. We may make fun of the secular. We love y'all. I'm not trying to be mean. But it's just fun.
It just, if it's not working, we need to look at why it's not working, and these are the foundations on which it was built, right? So if you go back to the foundations of why it was built, then you'll know how to make it work.
Yeah. So the Bible says, Paul says, as a Christ follower, as a believer, we are complete in him. So before our young people get started, they have to know, I am complete.
Yes.
Right? I am not looking for this person to complete me.
To give me significance. To help me have purpose.
Exactly. To help. Yeah, I won't be whole without them. I won't be fulfilled without them. I won't be XYZ. Listen, if that's the case,
right, then
you're probably on your way to at least marital issues.
Yeah.
Because what happens when, and it's not if, it's when, what happens when that person can't be that?
Right.
What happens when that person can't be the completing factor?
Right.
For whatever reason. And probably not even because they're trying to be mean or malicious.
Right, exactly.
It's just what happens if they can't do that.
Right.
Right? Then all of a sudden, you now are left a broken half person, and wondering why this person deceived you and why this person let you down and no, it's because at the beginning there wasn't an understanding of I am complete on and of myself.
Yeah.
Right? And it's kind of like this. We would talk about this, because bit of godly math, so to speak, right? So godly math. So we know that God is a God of multiplication. God is not a God of addition.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So he's the God that multiplies. Right.
Yes.
So we're going to use multiplication.
Yes.
So if I believe I'm half a person, so I'm a 0.5, and you believe.
All right, my kids have been doing fractions
right,
these days.
And you believe
that I'm half a person.
So you're 0.5. 0.5 times 0.5 gets us
0.25.
0.25.
Less.
Right? It gets us less. However, if I understand that I am a whole person, I'm a complete integer, I am one.
Yes.
And you are one.
Yes.
Then 1 times 1 will get us unity. It'll get us 1.
Yes.
See, and the only real shot at relational unity is I am whole, I am complete, all by myself.
It's neat that you said the whole, how we avoid issues later is the process of selection. Mm-hmm. I heard something in the trainings that I have been going through this last week that we are also doing the selection process by selecting how we are going to show up.
Yeah.
And if I show up to a relationship
busted,
half, if I show up to a relationship looking for meaning or for completeness or for the healing that I need, the health that I need, you have, the wealth that I need, you have, the confidence you have, I need it. If I'm doing that, then I'm selecting poorly.
Yeah.
But if I show up whole and you select to show up whole, okay, now we have a shot at unity.
Yes. Well, and you even said something in there, say, too, that we'll talk about. And we'll kind of talk about this for a little bit and land the plane. And I hate to land it real hard early, but I do have work to get off to. So I apologize that
we were discussing our anniversary trip plans. Yeah. And so that's why we got all
excited and looked down at the clock. It was like, anyway, so you're going to hit, this is going to hit something because you said something because even that is the whole part of even this. Well, I don't feel like I'm half a person. Well, if you're saying this person fulfills my needs,
right?
They're there to complete my needs. I need this person, right? You know,
yep.
Well, wait a minute. That's part of that you don't believe you're self-sufficient and whole enough of yourself.
Right.
Because if I'm just married to Selena because she meets my needs,
right?
Well, then, now track with me is, then basically have I not made her out to be my God?
Right. Yes.
From a Christian standpoint.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'm
your source.
If she is my source, if she's my source, and again, if she's my source of anything,
of happiness, of stability, of security. Oh my.
Yeah. Well, what happens if she goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Right. I mean, for real, what happens if some
never happened?
What happens if, you know, or again, you know, even if we talk about, and even though I know, and now there are sexual needs in a person, but even if it's just like, well, you're there to complete me sexually and fulfill my needs. Well, what happens if she can't?
Yeah.
What happens if there's a lot of stuff that if I'm looking at this person they're my source.
Yeah.
I'm getting fulfilled. I'm getting a need.
Yeah.
And I know you can't go anywhere because I need you. Well, then that's the same. That's brokenness. Because eventually what happens when they realize and you realize they're not God.
Right.
They're not all sufficient.
Right.
They're not all powerful. They're not all, they're not able to be.
Very limited.
They're a limited person.
Yes.
Right? And I've put my whole connection to them is because they're the one that meets my need. Then I'm going to disappoint myself. So again, even on that, so we don't seek people so they can complete us.
Right.
We don't seek people
Yeah.
so they can meet our needs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's a shaky foundation.
Yes.
Right? So that's true. Now, we'll talk about tomorrow, then why do we pick people?
That's right. Good.
Right? So what are then? So if they're not there to complete me, if they're not there to meet my needs, then how do I know I'm picking? How do I know who to pick? How do I know who to choose? What is the purpose then of marriage? Why do we get married? Right? And we'll answer that tomorrow. Sound good? Awesome. Well, we love you guys again. Check out thehollemans.com, please. You can find all things Holloman there. Again, we're asking people to prayerfully consider being partners with us.
Yes.
Partnership kind of has like a three-step options. You can, at the bottom of the page, is it bottom? Am I pointing right?
It's at the very bottom of thehollemans.com.
Yeah, the bottom of the Holloman page. There's a thing to click, and you can send us your email and subscribe to our e-newsletter, which is coming out in just a couple of weeks.
Yes.
For the next edition.
Yep.
There's going to be awesome. I'm going to be sharing some video teaching on that.
Yep.
Just to kind of do a tease that I'm only going to share for
the people,
the subscribers,
yes,
right? There's some things God has put on my heart, and we're going to share them that way.
Yes.
There'll be some other, we were talking, there's have a guest little blog piece that's in there. Going to be some fun stuff. So check that out. You can sign up for that. Please pray if you would be a prayer partner with us. Pray for all that God is asking of us to do for you, with you, through you. We have some opportunities in front of us to minister. We'd covet your prayers for that.
For the right people and the right resources that we need in order to, because there's no way we can handle this on our own.
Not at all.
We need a team of people. We need the right resources, the right tools, all of that stuff.
And then finally, if you would like to be a financial partner, then as well, you can sign up and do it. There's a give button on the page. You can click there, and financially, we want to say thank you to everyone who has done that.
To everyone who does give.
Who is a partner with us in any fashion. Thank you for signing up for the e-newsletter. Thank you for connecting with us in prayer. Thank you for giving and blessing what we're doing financially. Just thank you so very much.
Yes.
So anyway, we will see you guys on time
tomorrow.
Bye.